BDK YouTube channel. I know you didn't come here for a sermon. So here's the video. And guess what? We'll talk. Well, hey family, happy Thursday. This is Darlene stopping by real quick. So this is the plastic link that I got in one of the subscriber boxes. What I did is I went ahead and I cut it to fit over my hand like that, because I can't close it if it's at a 7 inch. So when I'm finished with it, I'm going to take one of the links off, and then I'll link the jump rings to this link right here. I just can't put it on, you know, when it's the perfect size for my wrist. But I'm going to use this. So this will be one bracelet, and then I'm going to make two other bracelets to go with this bracelet using some of these beads, and also these gold and white beads. And then we'll see what else we want to do. And I think I'm going to use one of these wire wrap beads too to make a third bracelet. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I hope everybody is having a really good day. You're looking forward to the weekend. It is already Thursday, my Lord. And I am looking forward to the weekend. Something is inside of here. Looks like some type of rock. You see that? Let's see if it's in this one. Nothing is in this one, so I'll go ahead and use this one. This looks like, yeah, like maybe some type of rock or something that's in there. But we'll use this one for now. It's supposed to be storming in California starting Friday. Well, they were saying Thursday, but now they're saying Friday, pretty much Friday afternoon and going through the weekend. And I love when it rains, so I'm looking forward to it. I just hope it's not so wet to where, and they are talking about like flooding and stuff too. So I don't know. I know I do like when it rains. I don't like, you know, when it floods and cause people to lose property and all that kind of stuff. I like that already. Look. And then we're just going to go ahead and close it off. Or maybe do I want to put... No, we'll close it off with this. These beads right here. Hand painted. I remember, was it 2 years ago? How it out like it flooded out? And I had never seen San Diego like that. I mean, it was like flooded where cars were, you know, down the street, floating down the street. And I was just like, what in the world is it coming to? It was just like crazy. And that's like, I think it might have been last year when it was some type of earthquake. And I had never felt an earthquake like that. I mean, it literally shook, and it was just something so strange about it. I was just like, oh wow, it almost made you feel like you was in a movie or something. It was just really, it was very different. I already like the way that looks. I love the colors, the way the colors match. And then it'll go with the look at that, with that chain. 2, 4, 5, 2, 4, 5. And then let me see, I think I want to take one off. And we'll put that one back on because it'll make it like a 7.5. Go ahead and tie that down. But I am looking forward to actually, no, we'll take one off. Make it a 7 inch. I am actually looking forward to, you know, to the weekend and stuff. Got a lot of stuff planned in the sense of creating. So I want to just literally just kick back and create. I went in, got my groceries and stuff. So I bought a bunch of salmon and fish and blueberries and all my fruits and veggies and stuff, so I could so I can, you know, prepare my meals and stuff. So I'm getting back into the habit of preparing, into the habit of preparing my meals. And then I've been doing pretty good as far as like my eating and my walking and all that kind of stuff. So just trying to, you know, and the older you get, you really got to be careful, you know, like with your body, like what you eat. Because I don't know, I'm sure others are experiencing it too, but the older you get, there are certain foods that you just can't eat anymore because it does not do well with your body. Your body just be like, I don't like that. So for me, there's a lot of, you know, different foods that I just can't mess with no more. Refined sugar is like one of them. And see, I left this a little big so I could just slide it over my hand for right now, just so I can see what it'll look like matched with the bracelets I'm going to put together. So I like that. And then I think I'm going to use one of these, and then we'll do a bracelet with one of these wire wrapped, and then we'll see what this is going to look like. I really like this, like all the color. I really love the gold and white. It's just something so rich about it, like really rich, really nice. And then let's see, I might even put charms on it too. I love charms. I love a whole lot of charms on a bracelet when it's just like full of charms, and it just, I don't know, it just adds a nice little flair to them. And then, let's see. We're going to use, now this one is all gold. You can see that that bead is painted just all gold. These are more that kind of vintage like I had. And I think I want to use this one. Let's see if we can thread it. Yeah, we'll thread it like that. And do we have some, shoot, I might even want to do this as the centerpiece. Let me see something. Look, I might want to do this one as a centerpiece. Let's try something. And if these don't fit, yep, that does fit. I like that. It just adds a lot of extraness to it. Oh yeah, let's try that. And then let's try a couple of these. These little spacers right here. And I can kind of feel the chill. It's like a chill in the air. You know, like when it's getting ready to get really cold or rainy, it's that little chill that you can feel. It's like an extra coldness, like when you open your refrigerator and that real coldness come out of there like that. That's what I can feel. And my sister was saying, yeah, because she said she'd been having knee pain. So she said, I knew the rain was coming because her knees were have been hurting. And I was like, my grandmother used to say that when we were little. She always used to say that, well, the rain is coming because my knees are hurting. I don't know how true that stuff is or not, but my knees is hurting. It must be getting ready to rain. So I like that right there. Oh yeah, I like that. And then we're gonna go ahead and finish it off the same way. And I hadn't even planned on using these, but I do like the way it came out. Oh yeah, I like that. So we turn it over this way. Let me see, like that. And then we got this one, and then we're just gonna have our chain so we can see how nice that looks. So let's do. Oh yeah, I really like this. Really easy. And when you just know which beads you're going to use and, you know, just kind of have an idea about what you're going to put together, it's fairly quick and easy to put it together. Bracelets and necklaces, because you got the beads. And then I'm understanding why people use bead boards, more so to organize how they want the beads and stuff, you know, to like kind of look and lay. But for me, I don't be needing that, because in my mind, I already see. Like I can see, I can look at some beads and I can already see what I want to do with those beads. Like, okay, I want to do this, that, or the other. And I just kind of already know, so I don't have to lay them out, you know, to figure out some type of artistic coordination. It just don't work like that for me. My mind just be like, hey, let's do this. All right, so we got that. We're going to pull that in there. Ooh, I like that. We're going to put this one on first. And then we're just going to slide this on my hand. And like I said, we'll make it smaller to where, like, when somebody buys it, they can just put I got a lobster clasp on there, so they can just close it with the lobster clasp. And then I was even thinking I wanted to do, like, take the 16 gauge wire and kind of wrap it, and then wrap the wire around it, and then make it like a really secure type something. But I'll see. And that's nice. And then once the chain is actually, I almost kind of want to make this bracelet with a lot of charms on it. Shoot, actually all of it, huh? To see how, because I like the way it all looks. And then this one just might already be enough, because we got the little spacers on here like that. So I do like the way it really looks. And then we got that, and then we got that. Just a really nice little set, huh? I really like this, and I think I'm gonna make some more using, because I got some more. I got a nice amount more of the chain right here. So, you know what? I might even make a necklace using this, and then make it like a charm necklace or something. Or I can just make a couple more bracelets to match with some other bracelets. So to just be like a nice little set. I like this. I love the way the set looks. You guys let me know what you think. I know this was a kind of quick set. And it's only a 13-minute video. It's like this was really fast. But I like the way the set looks. One of these, I think, this one I'm going to probably take it loose and add 2 more beads on here. It fits my wrist good. It's a 7-inch, but I want it just a little bit bigger. So I'm going to take it loose and put 1 more bead on here, and then 1 more spacer. And that'll make it like a 7.5. But in the meantime, oh, and then this one, I'm going to go ahead and take 1 link off and then close it. And then that'll make it to where, or I might just, well, yeah, I'll do that, because I don't like the idea of it sliding over the hand. So I'll make it a little bit smaller, a link smaller. But this is what we got. Something really cool, really easy. I'm really loving these beads. I think I'm going to paint some more of these beads in the 25mm beads, because I really like these. And then make a couple of necklaces, because I like the way this whole look is right here with the bead and then the spacer. And I even like it with the cowrie shells hanging right there. So this could be an easy, if you look at it, it could be a really cool necklace. So if it was longer and then 25mm beads that look like this, and then we got the spacers like this in between, and then we got a bunch of the cowrie shells hanging down here at the bottom. That would be really cool. I could see that. I mean, just like really bunched up down here, with just a bunch of cowrie shells. That would be really cool. I can see that. Let me see something. Yeah, I can really see that. All right, so this is what we got. I like it. You guys let me know what you think. Something really quick, something really easy. And I plan to just be creating for the whole weekend. Hopefully the Lord says the same, because I'm just in a real creating type mood. So I just want to get a lot of stuff made up. But anyway, Darlene Knight for Jerry by BDK. And guess what? We'll talk. Well, hey family, this is Darlene. Want to thank you for stopping by the Jury by BDK YouTube channel. I know you didn't come here for a sermon. So here's the video. And guess what? We'll talk. Well, hey family, happy Saturday. This is Darlene stopping by real quick. I was sitting here making a bracelet set, and I thought that I was recording, but because I didn't have any more space on the device to be able to record. So when I looked up, I was like, oh my God, I wasn't even recording. So anyway, I made a 3-piece bracelet, and I made this bracelet using some of the hand-painted beads. So these are the 15mm beads, and I went ahead and painted them, and they're wood beads that are painted. And I painted the beads with non-toxic acrylic paint. And the idea was to make them the protective eye beads, like evil eye beads. And then I went ahead and used one of the hand-painted gold beads and went ahead and wrapped it with some 18-gauge gold wire to get me that really nice focal bead right there. And then went ahead and added some of the custom charms on here. Got some hex nuts. And with my hex nuts, I put a clear sealant on the hex nuts. So we got that. Got some bone beads up in here. Got a couple wood beads up in here. And this is what the bracelet, this one bracelet looks like. And then we went ahead, hand painted focal bead, glass bead right here. And then we went ahead and did some mixed media with this one, just some wood beads, some glass beads, some more hand painted beads, some clay beads, some bone beads. Went ahead and put some custom charms, coconut chip, and then the glass bead, and then went ahead and put some charms that are the metal charms. And I really like the way this set came out, like really cool set. And then we went ahead and used more of the hand painted beads right here, 15mm, because I didn't have enough beads to make this bracelet, just a bracelet without these wood spacer beads. That's why I used the wood beads as spacers, because I didn't have enough of the hand painted beads left to make it just a bracelet using just the hand painted beads. So it ended up coming like this. I like the way it looks. And then we got this metal artful charm right here, and then we got a custom made charm right here. I think I'm going to take this one off and redo it, because if you look at it, the bottom of it, how I close it off, and then I don't like the way I did the top of it. And I think this is one of the older charms, but I'll take it apart. In fact, I'll do that right now. Take it apart and then go ahead and rewire it. So this is the way it looks right now. So it looks kind of skinny and cheap in a way. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it off of here. And then I want the bead, because I like the stripe. The stripe bead goes really well with, you know, with these beads. So that's what we'll do. We'll go ahead and take it off. And we're just going to go ahead and grab some wire. And this is this the 18 gauge? This seems thick, so this must be the 16. Oh yeah, this is the 16 gauge. I don't want to use 16 gauge because it's like really thick, so I will use 18 gauge. So we're just gonna grab us a nice little piece of wire. And then do I want to do it like this? Let's see. Maybe I'll take it around. Let's do it like this. Just wrap that around, that wire around. And that makes it even more secure. And I'll show you what I'm doing in a minute. So to make it even more secure, I just went ahead and put the wire through and then just wrapped it around there. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and close that wire down right there. And then we will take our wire, go ahead and pinch it, roll it down like that, and then we're just going to go ahead and wrap the rest of this wire around like this. And this will make it look nice and full. And then it makes it look a little bit more expensive. It don't look cheap like how it was looking. So close that off. And then this is what it'll look like now. So we'll just go ahead and take our jump ring, put that custom charm back on there, and then go ahead and put it back on here. And go ahead and close it off like that. Make sure it's touching close together. And now when you look at it, it looks nice and full. It don't look cheap like what it was looking like before. So this would be the third bracelet. And then you can see how cool that stack looks. Just like a really nice, unique boho stack. Like just really cool. They can be worn separate. They can be worn together. You can wear two together. You can wear one by itself. And go ahead and match it with like some gold bangles, because you know I like to wear mine with gold bangles. You can match it with gold bangles. Take one, match with gold bangles, maybe some chain bracelets or some other beaded bracelets. You know, you can just use one of them and make it the foundation, and then just kind of dress that one bracelet with any type of other bracelet that you want to dress it with, or just wear all three. You know, that's what's really cool about when you make the boho bracelets. If you make them in sets, you don't necessarily have to wear the set, not unless you want to. You can do that, and then you can just go ahead and dress up each individual bracelet, and that gives you more options with what it is that you make. But this is really cool, and I'm almost tempted to put more charms around it, because there's something about the charms. I just really dig the custom charms and how the custom charms make a piece look. So like really cool. I hope everybody is doing well. I haven't talked to you in what, maybe about a week or two, maybe about a week and a half or something. I've just been really busy doing what it is that I do. That's all there is. There ain't no more. I know the landscape is kind of dictating that it's tough. It's tough out there, and it's tough out there for everybody with the shutdown, with, you know, just a lot going on. People losing jobs, like all kind of stuff is going on. So for you struggling right now, and you know, it's just really hard. It's like that for all of us. So don't feel like it's just you. It's everybody. It is literally everybody. Stay the course. Don't give up. No matter what comes at you, no matter who comes at you, just remember this, that it is no weapon formed against you. Best believe that after you, that anything that you, and a lot of times that isn't all that other type of stuff. Don't give in. Keep doing what it is that you're doing, especially if you know it's your purpose and God called you to do it. Don't give up. Don't give in, because what people want you to be doing, they want you to be out there giving your life and sweating for a little bit of money, for some pennies, for, you know, whatever it is. And don't do it. You may not be making a dime right now and living off of your savings or whatever it is that you have. Don't give in. Don't give out. Keep pumping. Keep doing it. Make it work for yourself, because at some point it'll grow to a point where you'll be making enough money to where, you know, it makes sense. It's like, oh, okay, right now you might be making $10 and it look like you're making millions, right? So just do what it is you have to do. Keep working at it. Keep producing your product. Keep trying to make things happen for yourself, and don't give in. Don't give in, because I'm telling you, that enemy will come at you. He will try to trick you. He will try to do any and everything that he possibly can to stop what it is that God has you doing, which is living in your purpose. Living in your purpose. And people of the world don't understand purpose. They don't understand purpose. They don't understand the systems of the world. So don't be one of them. Live in the spirit. Listen to what the Holy Spirit tells you to do. And I guarantee you, 10,000 may fall by your left, another by your right, but it shall not come nigh unto you. Keep yourself covered. That's what you do. Keep yourself covered. Keep living in your purpose and keep doing what it is that God has you to do. And I guarantee you, on the flip side of this, you'll come out victorious like you are now every day in your life. And guess what? We'll talk. Well, hey family, this is Darlene. Want to thank you for stopping by the Jury by BDK YouTube channel. I know you didn't come here for a sermon. So here's the video. And guess what? We'll talk. Well, hey family, happy Saturday. This is Darlene stopping by real quick. I want to show you how I use these. They look like peanuts, little like peanut beads. So when I got them, I was going to do with them because they just like they're different beads and they almost look like they could have been like kitty beads, right? So I wasn't sure what I was going to do with these. But then what I did is I went ahead and painted some 15 millimeter beads and I just painted them in a color wash. So that's what I did. Went ahead and mixed these beads with the color wash beads and they came out really nice because I tried mixing the beads with some other beads and it just didn't come out looking good. So I said, okay, I'm gonna have to try something. I don't know what, but I'm gonna have to try something. So I said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go ahead and just color wash some beads and then go ahead and match those beads to these peanut beads. So with them, I am going to put charms on all of them. So they're going to end up being charm beads like this one here. Well, these two. So if you ever see these beads or if you have some of these beads and you're like, what in the world am I going to do with those beads? You can mix them, but you have to find the right bead to mix them with. I even tried mixing them with a black bead that I have, and they just didn't look good. Let's see, this little bead right here, these little nuggets, I went ahead and made the nuggets the focal on each one of them. So you can see that here. And then the purple. And then went ahead and surrounded it with the peanut beads. And then also these other beads right here, I wasn't sure. I think I got a couple of these left. I wasn't sure what I was going to do with these beads. So these, I think these are ceramic beads. These right here. The purple, orange. So I said, you know what? I will go ahead and mix them with the color wash beads. And this is how they came out. So these I am not going to put charms on. I'm going to leave these just like this. These are adorable. And I am tempted to add the bead and make it a set. So add these two bracelets together and make it a set. Because again, I went ahead and these big orange shell beads are shells that I got in a gift box. And I was like, okay, well, what am I going to do with those too? So everything worked out to where I went ahead and matched those shell beads with the color wash beads that I did. And all of them came out really nice. I like the way they all look. Very different, really unique bracelets. So they did very well. I could almost make stacks out of these, huh? So they came out really well. I like the way they all came out because I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do with those peanuts. I don't know what I'm going to do with these other ones, but I like the colors, right? So it just have to figure something out. Okay, how am I going to match these? What am I going to do? So they came out great. I really like them. So I wanted you to see what they look like just in case you get some of the beads. You got to really figure out the coordination of beads with them. If not, they'll start looking like kitty bracelets. And that is not what we wanted. But I really enjoy the way these look right here. just really fun and festive and, you know, like easy and bright to wear like on any day. So these are really nice right here. And I know people are like into fall colors and all this other kind of stuff. I don't get caught up in the seasons and things. I've done that stuff before, and you end up a lot of times with a lot of extra inventory that you know, that you have, and you end up a lot of times having to take things apart and reusing it and that kind of stuff. So I too much don't get caught up in it. I'll do a couple of items that are those colors, but I don't say these are fall items or these are Halloween or these are, you know, people gonna buy what people gonna buy. It's just what it is. But anyway, that's these. And I think I have a whole bag left. I bought 1,000 of these 15 millimeter raw wood beads. So while I'm looking at these, I'm going to color mat some more of these, because there's a couple other beads down here that I haven't used yet, and I was trying to figure out what am I going to do with them. But I'll go ahead and color wash them, maybe like the black and something else, and then go ahead and make some more bracelets like these, because I really like these. These are really nice right here. And this mixing that. But anyway, just wanted you guys to see that. But anyway, it's Saturday. I hope everybody have a really, really good day. And guess what? We'll talk. Well, hey family, this is Darlene. Want to thank you for stopping by the Jury by BDK YouTube channel. I know you didn't come here for a sermon. So here's the video. And guess what? We'll talk. Well, hey family, happy Saturday. This is Darlene stopping by real quick. I'm going to make a charm bracelet, and I'm going to be using these custom charms right here. So I'm going to use these. I believe these are 12 millimeter glass beads and some of these little small wood beads. And I'm just going to make a bunch of charms out of them. And I'm going to string them on some 1.5 millimeter cord. I'm going to also use some gold beads. So we'll use the gold beads as spacers. Maybe the gold beads. Let's see. I might be able to use the hematites. I'll see which one. Yeah, probably gold beads. We'll use the gold beads as spacers. And then we're just going to go ahead and get started and make more of these. These are going to be the custom charms. And we're going to be using 16 gauge wire to make the charms. So not a whole lot, just a little bit. Go ahead and cut the wire. I don't know how much wire I cut. I just go ahead and cut what I think is enough for what it is I want to do. And these are like some really, really small holes. You can probably see right here. However, the 16 gauge wire does fit. I got to force it a little bit, but it will go through the hole. And then we got a nice size hole on the beads. So that's good stuff. And we're just going to use 2 of these, 2 of the wood beads. And I have to use the pliers to hold it so I can pull it on, pull that bead on. Not really sure how many I need, but we'll make about maybe 15 or 20 of them. And then I'm going to just go ahead and take my pliers, spin the wire over like that. And then go ahead and just keep wrapping it. And then that's the thing about the 16 gauge wire. It is nice and flexible. The 18 gauge, I'm sorry, this 18 gauge is nice and flexible. The 16 gauge is a lot thicker. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this off, which I cut a little bit too much. I can still use even this little piece of wire to make a charm. I should be able to. So if I can fold the end. Probably put a small bead and then close it off right at the end, and that'll give me a nice little small bead charm. So I'm going to drop this in my bag. So no matter what, well, it does matter the size of the wire. However, that was enough wire for me to make a charm. So I'll cut it just a little bit shorter the next time I do it. And then we're just going to go ahead and close that wire against there like that. And that gives us another charm. So now we have 3 charms. And we're just going to go ahead and make these until we get enough to hopefully make a really cool charm bracelet. And I'll cut it just a little bit shorter. And then go ahead and close the end. Just a small little hoop on the end like that. And then we'll take another one of these beads, push that on there. Another one of these beautiful glass beads. I got these beads at Hobby Lobby on sale. Not really sure how much I got them for, but they were bone cheap. They didn't cost very much. And then we will put the second bead on here. Take our pliers. Some people have can take that too. I forget what it's called, but it has where you can do the different size hoops and then put it on there and make a hoop to where it's like a manufactured type hoop at the end of it. I don't like those. I like when I'm able to do it this way because to me it looks more handmade. And if you've watched any of my videos, you know I always say that I like my jewelry to look handmade, like literally handmade. Not, you know, kind of manufactured and looking like, you know, pretty much other jewelry. And if it looks handmade, it just kind of has a different character to it. I'm going to go ahead and clip this. I don't want to fight with it. So I'm going to clip that off. And then go ahead and close this a little bit down right here, that sharp end. So now we have another one. And we'll just keep making these until we actually get as many as we need to make the bracelet. And then I'm going to probably use some of the hand painted beads to make sister bracelets to go with this big charm bracelet. Hopefully it'll come out looking nice. If not, guess what? I'll take it apart and start from scratch. Because everything don't come out looking nice. I mean, you may have the vision in your mind, and then once you put it together, it's like, I don't like the way that looks. And then sometimes you got to take some pieces apart. I do that a lot behind the scenes, you know, without videotaping it. And I'll be like, I don't even like the way that looked. It sounded good and maybe looked good in my mind. However, once I finish with it, I'll be like, nah, I don't like it. Don't look good. So this little piece, I'm going to go ahead and cut it off because I don't want to have to fight with it. And then we'll just go ahead and close that end down like that. And then we have 2, 4, we have 5 so far. And I think we might need 50. Go ahead and close it on the end. Nice little small hoop on the end. Like that. Go ahead and flatten that out. Make sure it's flat. And these are like really small wood pieces. They were selling these like this, but they were bigger wood pieces at, it was either Michael's or Hobby Lobby. Now this one is a little tough to get on. Let me see if I can get it on. If not, I just won't use it. So yeah. But they were like the bigger wood pieces like this. And then I bent the end of it. You can see where I bent the end of it, trying to get that wood piece on. So let's see if we can get this one on. If not, I'll have to cut it, which I do. Because once you bend it, that's all there is. You might as well go ahead and cut that end off. And this hole looks really, really small. Okay, got that on. Use our pliers. Fold that wire over. Go ahead and wrap it. Straighten it up. And then I'd be able to close this all the way down. If not, we'll go ahead and cut that little end off. Okay, so we got that down. So we got another one. And I can already see, you can kind of see what they'll look like just kind of strung. So let's do a couple more. Go ahead and make a nice little small hoop. It was really foggy this morning when I went out to go do my walk this morning. And I think it's still a little cloudy. I like when it starts to get cloudy and it starts to get rainy and it's wet and all that type of stuff. I don't like it when I got to go outside and go somewhere. However, I do like it when it rains. When it rains and it's nice and cloudy and all that good stuff. But it was like a fog over here where I live at. It was like really thick. And I was like, wow. Starting to get to be winter time. So... and it's still a little cloudy outside now. So we're just going to go ahead and wrap this and use this whole little piece we got because it's just enough wire. And I can go ahead and close it down. On there like that. This gives us another charm, so we're going to do some more. Really easy and straight to the point. You can customize just about any beads and make them charms. So if you're out and about and you're buying beads and you see some really cool beads, and even if you look at me like, I don't even know what I can do with those, make charms out of them. I guarantee you they'll make really good charms. And there's nothing like custom charms on a bracelet. You know, it'll be really unique because nobody has the charm. You made them. So that's what make a lot of our pieces, you know, like very different because we customize a lot of things, like maybe hand painting wood beads or making our own custom charms or, you know, doing things like that. And also keeping in mind, it's really expensive. You can do it, you know, with pennies. Just, you see some beads, that's $1.29 for probably 3 strands of them, because you can get them like that. But you be like, I ain't do nothing with those beads. Well, yeah, you can. You can make charms out of them because charms are expensive. So it's like, you know what, let me go ahead and grab them beads and I can make some really cool charms out of them. That's even like with wood beads. You can buy wood beads for pennies and then paint those beads. You can get a bottle of paint, the little paint, bottles of paint, 99 cents if you're on a budget. So you can make some jewelry, you know, just from pennies. It's just, you know, basically using your imagination and, you know, just making it work. Because sometimes you might not have money to be buying, you know, buying beads. So you got to do what you can, especially if making jewelry is your peaceful place. Your place of peace. Baby, this world we live in and the people that's in it, something else. Always looking and searching and trying to find a way. So these are really cool. I'm thinking it's going to look really nice because I like the way they look. Go ahead and straighten that up. And then close that down. And sometimes it might get a little loose up here, like when you're closing it up here. If it does get a little loose, all you can just go down here to the bottom and tighten it at the bottom. And that makes it nice and strong all over again. So this is what we got so far. Looks like it's going to probably be a real pretty bracelet. And plus, like with these beads, I wasn't sure. Well, in fact, I know I'm not going to make a bracelet using these because they're so thin. Well, you know what? I might use them. I might just use some of these and then match them with these little beads right here. So I might be able to get something real simple and dainty using these beads, because when you look at them, they're like really flat and they're not, you know, they don't have a lot of substance to them at all. So, and then I'm going to speed this video up just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and make a couple more of these, and then I am going to come back. Okay, so we got all these done. We got a nice amount of charms made using the glass beads and these wood beads. And then I think what we're going to do, we're going to use some hematites, and we're going to use these gold beads. So we just going to go ahead and string the custom charms on the 1.5 millimeter cord, and we're going to do 4 at a time. So well, 4 at a time in the sense of the color. So we'll do 4 golds, and then we'll do 4 hematites. 2, 3. And then hopefully I got enough of these made. And then this would be 4. So that's how it's going to look so far. And it'll look like this all the way around. And then we're going to we'll use 4 hematites. And see if the colors match good. If they don't match good, I'll take the hematites off. But I'm thinking they will match really good. 3. And one more will be 4. And see, you can see how that color is in there like that. And then we're going to do 4 golds. So we'll just do 4 and 4 and 4. And then 4. And because these have a little bit of weight to them in the sense of the glass beads, I would never use a 1 millimeter cord for anything heavy. It would always be the 1.5 millimeter. Always for me, 1.5 millimeter. Anytime there's some weight, and a lot of times I'll just use a 1.5 millimeter anyway, only because that 1 millimeter seems so thin. And I don't want nothing falling apart at all, period. And then, let's see, that's 3. And then we want to put 1 more. That will be 4. And then you can see how the colors are coming together right here. So then now, we're going to do 4 of the hematites. 1. And all the time is in making basically the charms. And sometimes you can just take a day and then just kind of make all your charms, get all the charms made. And then when you get ready to make any type of bracelet like this, you already have a lot of charms already made. And then we'll put 1 more. And then we'll put 1 more of the charms. So this gives you an idea how the bracelet is going to look. I can see jazziness already. And then we're going to do another four gold beads. And you can make these and you don't even have to use the 15 millimeter. I think they're the 15 millimeter beads like this. You can use 6 millimeter, 8 millimeter. You can even use other beads that are smaller than these. It does not have to be this big whenever you make it. If you want to make something like this, just use the beads that you have. Like I said, them beads that you have just kind of tucked away and you don't know what you're going to do with them. Or if you see beads in the store, you be like, I like those beads. I just don't know what I could do with them. Make charms. You can always make custom charms. And you can add more than one bead. Just make it look like whatever you want it to look like. And this is 4. And then we'll put one more of this one on here. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to close it off with a big brown bead. Oh yeah, and that's pretty. So let's see. It's not tied yet, but this will give you some idea about how this bracelet is going to look. So I'm going to put a couple more beads on here. Maybe like one more. Let's see. We'll put a hematite right here. And then we'll put one more of these. And then I think we'll close it off with a nice big bead. Because this one has a really big hole. So I can tie a nice secure knot. And we'll just go ahead and tie a nice secure knot a couple of times. And I like to double it and triple it. And make sure nothing is tied in the middle of it. So 1, 2, and then 1, and then 1, 2. And then we're going to go ahead and cut this extra about right there. And then we are going to take the knot and put that knot inside of that big hole, so that makes it nice and secure. And we didn't tie it too tight. We still got a nice look. Look how pretty that looks, right? And if you want to, you can make it a little bit more looser so it'll just hang. It'll basically hang, or you can leave it like this. Let me see something. And you can find some other, let's see, bracelets to match it with. So that'll just make it like a really wicked type of wrist. Oh, let's see. These don't match, but so you can see how different that will look. And in fact, I would do this one last. And let's see, I'll put this one on. I wouldn't match these with this, but these are all I got right here. So this one, and then put this one on last. And then that makes for really nice. And if you wanted to, you can make a couple of bracelets like this. And as you stack them, you can see the type of effect that you would get with that type of bracelet. With this one right here. So one thing that I'm seeing that can be done is it could be made just a little bit more loose. So what happens is when you put it on, all the beads or charms will fall down towards the hand, on the hand, like that. And this is not bad right here. I kind of like the real wild look, kind of like this. And then what I would do is make a couple or more to stack with this one. Look how pretty that looks. To stack with this one so that all of the charms like this is just kind of all over the place. Because you can see what would happen if you had them just kind of all over your wrist like that. A couple of bracelets made like this. And then they would just kind of be like kind of everywhere. And you do got to be the type of person that's dramatic in the sense of dress. If you're not someone who is dramatic in dress, this type of bracelet wouldn't even work for you. So you do got to be like very dramatic. You got to be very eclectic in the way that you dress. You got to really have that flair in order to wear something like this. And you can't be scared to wear it. That's the whole thing about it. You can't be scared to wear it. That's the thing. But I'm digging this. I really like the way it came out. I like the two-tone in the sense of, I love the way the beads, the charms lay. I absolutely love this right here. I like the two-tone right here with the gold and the hematite. So that's like really cool. I mean, this is really, really cool. And I am going to make more like this. Not using these beads because I only have a couple more. Well, I might have enough to make another one like this. But I do like the way this looks. So going forward, any type of beads that I get, some, the 15 millimeter. I got some 15 millimeter that I can paint. Some wood beads that I can paint. And, you know, when I paint the beads, I can come up with some really funky designs like this type of stuff right here. And what happens with that is it really makes the piece just really unique, very different, unlike anything else. In this case, these are beads that I bought. So, and they're plain in color, but when you start really finding beads that are, or painting beads, you know, that have a nice design on them, you could imagine what a type of bracelet like this would look like. And I'm almost tempted to make a couple of these with the bigger beads, just to see what they would look like. And I think I am going to do that because I got some painted beads around here that I could use. But I really do like this. I dig it. You guys let me know what you think. But anyway, Darlene Knight for Jewelry by BDK. Have an amazing Saturday. An even better weekend. And guess what? We'll talk. Well, hey family, this is Darlene. Want to thank you for stopping by the Jewelry by BDK YouTube channel. I know you didn't come here for a sermon. So here's the video. And guess what? We'll talk. Well, hey family, happy Friday. This is Darlene stopping by real quick. I'm making what is, I'm calling them bead caps. So I'm using some 15 millimeter aluminum wire. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with them yet. I have an idea in mind to match the caps with these beads right here. And then to maybe put a cap, a bead, a cap, and then just keep doing that. But I have no idea what the bracelet is going to look like. But we're going to go ahead and try something and just see. Because I do like bead caps, but I can't find big bead caps. So I said, well, maybe I could just make some using some aluminum wire, right? And I do like the way this came out, like really nice. And it's nice and sturdy. It's sturdy enough, you know, to use as a bead cap for these 20 millimeter beads. So I went ahead and cut a couple of the aluminum wire already. And then what I'm going to do is go ahead and turn the end. Just close it off. Hoop it on the end like that. And I'm going to do both sides, even though I may not twist it all the way into the end down here. I'm going to make this a little bit more straight. I still want it to be closed because I just do. So we're going to do that like that. So we got both ends closed. You can see that end and then this end. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to do this on camera. I'm going to take the wire and just bend it like that. And then just keep bending it to where it looks like that. And just keep bending and trying to make them about the same size. a couple of them I want to be just a little bit longer, like what you see right there. And then we just gonna keep bending it, and then pushing it inward. So where we coming up like this, and then just keep bending it, bend it enough to where I can fold it into a circle, and that's not long enough yet. So we're just gonna keep bending it. And that's the thing with aluminum wire, is, you know, it's really easy to work with. I was just thinking this morning too, oh my God, I really miss Joann's. You know how sometimes you need to run to Joann's when they got a little sale on and you can grab something, you know, like really quick. And I do miss their being able to grab some of their ear wires. I used to love their ear wires. And I wouldn't buy ear wires from anywhere else. And I'm hoping this is long enough. Yeah, it should be. We're just gonna do it all the way to the end. I hadn't planned on doing that, but so then you can see how I can take it now and I can close it into a circle, and then that's too big of a circle. So I need to unwind it about maybe like right here. So maybe about, yeah, maybe about right there. So then all I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and clip this off right here. Clip off about that much. And then we're going to go ahead and roll that closed. Okay, and then I need to I'm going to bend this wire down like this. I'm going to take this wire and fold it. I'm going to fold that little end across that part right there. And then just smash it down. So I just took the end of it, wrapped it around that piece of wire right there. Now I'm going to just fold it down like that. And then that should be locked on there real nice and good. Let's see. Make sure it's nice and flat. Like that. So that locks it in, right? So then, in order to smash it closed, like right here, I'm going to, let's see, we'll take a bead. We'll take a 25 millimeter bead and just put it in here like this. And you might be able to do it a different way, but in the meantime, for me, this is the only way I could think to do it right now. To just kind of smash it around the bottom. And take that out. So now I can smash it around. And then that gives me another bead cap. So then let's see something. If I take one of these, because I want to use these beads right here. If I take this bead right here, I can basically encase the bead, right? Or I can take the bead. Let me see something. I got some string up here. Or I can take the bead. Let's see what we got up here we can use real quick. Because I'm not really sure what I'm going to use yet as far, let's just use one of the gold beads. So we'll use one of the gold beads. And I'm not using the gold beads. I just want to do something just to see. So if I put this one here, And then let's use one of these big beads, because I do plan to use these beads right here. So I like the way it fits in there like that. And then, wait, let me see. I want it to match. What do I got up here I can use? And then what I'm going to probably, oh, look, this is a blue bead right here, look. Oh, yeah, that matches. Look, that little blue bead. And then we can take another blue bead and put that one right here. And we can take, I really don't want to, let me see. I might have to perfect these little caps. Yeah, I don't like that like that. Let's see something. And then let's put this one right here. Kind of, sort of. I do kind of like that though, right? Or, let me see something. I might even want to just close the bead up. That's different. And then once I put it together though, I have to see. So it could be something like this where the bead closes inside. And I'm not a silver girl. I just happen to end up with some silver, this silver wire because I was making some men bracelets. I do kind of like that though. I just really like the bead being closed up in there like that. Maybe it's the color of the bead that's kind of throwing me off. So let me see something. What else do I have up here? Maybe that's what it is the color of the bead with the silver. Because I know what I'm looking at, I'm liking. I just got to make sure that the colors, see that the colors match. And then maybe I need a bigger bead. Maybe that's what it is, huh? Where's that bead that I had? See, so that fits that really good. And maybe that's what it is. I got to use some bigger beads. Yep, I like that. I really like that. I'm loving the, so you know what? This is going to be a focal. But what I'm getting ready to do is find a bigger bead that I can use. I like that though, right? And I can see the bead caps with the different color wire, the different color aluminum wire, or even the, what's this wire right here? This gold wire too, but I would need it in some aluminum, the gold aluminum or different color aluminum. I like this like this. I think what I'm going to do, you know what, let's see something. We're going to try something real quick. Hold on, let me get some beads that match with this. Give me a second. Okay, so let's do this. I am going to make more of the caps, and I'm going to make more of the caps to make more of these bracelets. So we're going to go ahead and use these. We are going to use this 25 millimeter bead right here. And then we're also going to use some hematites, and we're going to use some of the polka dots, and then we're going to see what we come out with. So let's see what we come out with. So my thought was I was going to make a lot of these, the caps, and then try to use the caps to make some type of bracelet. But I see that I can do something. I can do something different. And that's what we're going to do. So let's see if it comes out looking like what I want it to look like, hopefully. So we're going to use the hematite. And we're going to use the hematite because it matches with the silver color and with the different beads. So then we're going to go ahead and put our cap on, our custom cap made out of aluminum, 15 gauge aluminum. And we're going to use a 25 millimeter bead that we painted. So already I like the coordination of the colors. And then we're going to go ahead and put this cap on here. And I really dig the way that it fits around the bead. I really like that. So we're going to do that. And we're going to take another hematite. And I love the way that fits, the way it looks, the way it just, everything just fits really nicely. And then we're going to use some of our polka dots. We'll do polka dots. And then, let's see, do we want to do more of the hematite? Let's see. Let's see what it'll look like. Maybe, maybe not. And you know what the goal is. The goal is to make something different. So we don't want it looking like, that's really cool. I already like that. And I already know I'm going to make more of these caps. So let's use this bead. And we're going to put this bead. Oh yeah, that's really nice, right? Okay. And then, yep, we're going to keep going with the hematites because I like the way it looks. And I've had these beads for a while. The hematites. Hematites. I think they're pronounced hematites. And I like the way it looks. And I'm going to take another one. Put that one on there. Do that one. I love the way it looks. I mean, that is very different, very unique, just really pretty. And you already know, I think I'm going to put some charms on it too. So let's grab a couple more. Oh yeah, that's really cool. Oh yeah, that's really nice, right? So more of the hematites on here. And then we're going to make a sister bracelet to it too. So we're going to do... Go ahead and close it off. Double closing it. So we're just going to wrap it one. Tie it and then 2, 1, 2, and then we'll do it 3 times. 1, 2, and then 3, and then pull it nice and tight, and then 1, and then we'll do it 2, 1, 2, and that's nice and tight. Go ahead and cut off our extra. And then it's a big knot because we got a big hole, and we'll pull that in there nice and snug. Oh yeah, I like this. Look. Oh yeah, I really like this. And the end of it is tucked. So we rolled the end up and then wrapped it around the other wire and then squoze it on top of there so it'll fit nice and closed. Oh yeah, this is really nice. I like the way this looks. This is really cool. And I can see like maybe, oh yeah, that's really jazzy. See like right here with the caps, I can see the caps in different color wire. So if I had some other aluminum wire around here, I would literally make these different colors. So I would do this one color and then this one another color, and then that would add another even more character to the bracelet. So you can see how cool this looks even with the hematites, right? Just kind of matched and just, and then that's the thing, you don't never know what you're going to come out with when you sit down and try to create something. It's like, okay, well, let me do this. Let me make an attempt at it. And then sometime it come out looking different than what you expected it to look like. That's too far down. So I need to put it up here somewhere. Or even just without a charm. May not even need a charm. It has just been an amazing week. You know how you just feel blessings? Like, you know, you feel blessings. Like you just can feel the blessings of the Lord just all over you. Like, it's almost like you can feel a blessing coming. Like, it's almost like rain. You could smell rain. You could smell the wetness. You can smell, you know, that it's coming. That's how God's blessings are. And remember, God works in seasons. And one thing about us as human, we're very impatient. And it's like we want what we want, and we want it right now at this very moment. We might want to move at this very moment. We might want to be making money at this very moment. We might want to be in a different job at this moment. We might, you know, it's just so many things. But God operates in seasons. And we just got to be patient in and during those seasons. Like, you know, and when it's our time, it's our time. And when it's our time, I think I'm going to do it without a charm. And when it's our time, you know, it's going to be our time. So, you know, just be patient. Keep doing what it is that you're doing. You know, and at some point, you're going to look up and all your prayers is going to be answered. Every last one of them. And people and things and situations that you're dealing with right now, you won't even have to deal with them. But I do like this. So we're not going to do a charm. We're just going to do it like this. And I do. Oh my God, I like these. Okay, so we're going to make a couple more of these with this right here. So, and I'm going to use some different beads. So I'm going to dig through here and see what other 8mm beads that I have. I might even use some of the wood beads, the different color wood beads. And then I'm going to dig around here and see which 25mm beads I'm going to use to make some more of these bracelets, because I really do like these. These are like really cool. And this could even be a unisex bracelet, right? So this is like really cool. You guys let me know what you think. Darlene Knight for Jewelry by BDK. It is Friday. Happy Friday. I hope everybody got a really good weekend plan for yourself. And you know what? Stay the course. Don't let nothing take you off the course. Do what it is that God has purposed you to do. And guess what? You'll always have the victory. And guess what? We'll talk. Well, hey family, this is Darlene. Want to thank you for stopping by the Jewelry by BDK YouTube channel. I know you didn't come here for a sermon. So here's the video. And guess what? We'll talk. Well, hey family, we are going to be linking these dye jade beads together. They have good holes, but all of them don't have good enough holes to where the 1.5mm cord will fit through. So some of them, you know, I can get the cord through, and then some of them I can't. And I like the beads, so I do want to go ahead and use the beads. So I figured I would go ahead and make some link bracelets. So it's like, it's almost like right in the middle, because on the end of the beads, you know, they have like a nice big hole on each side, but it's something about in the middle with a lot of these. Now that just kind of went straight through. I don't know what happened with that, but sometimes I think it's just the middle. That's like with this one won't go through. So this, you know, it'll go in on either end, but it just won't go through the middle. So we're just gonna go ahead and link them. And I'm thinking I'm gonna try to make a double bracelet. So I'm gonna just go ahead and link it together like this. Make sure this is closed all the way. And then we're just gonna mix all the color. You know what? Maybe I won't. Well, yeah, I think I'm gonna mix the colors. Wait, I think I want to just use these two colors. cut that just a little bit too long. That one I may not have closed it all the way good enough. Okay, that's that. And then let's put some more yellow. This might be just a little bit too long, so I need to cut just a very small piece off. And then we'll go ahead and round it close. Lincoln. And I think they look like they're cut a little bit too short. And then we'll go ahead and close it down. Yeah, I think I cut it too short. Yeah, I think I cut that one too short. Let's try this one right here. And that's why I rather cut it too long rather than too short.
Street lights hum like a broken choir. Concrete dreams build and retire.
Then let's choose.
Shadows dance on the alley's
green.
breath.
Oh no.
Step closer.
Do a
Every step to death. City whispers.
maybe a dark blue.
City screams. Nothing's ever what it seems. Skyline cuts like a jagged seam. City whispers. City screams. Steam rising from a subway grate. Time ticks louder when you're late. Graffiti prayers on crumbling walls. Hope's a bird that rarely calls. Neon signs bleed, the colors fight. Lost souls wander in the night. City whispers, city screams. Whoa! Nothing's ever what it seems. Skyline cuts like a jagged seam. City whispers, city screams. Whoa! Yeah, man on the corner, selling lost time. Woman in the window, framed in grime. Cars hiss by like snakes in the rain. The city's alive, but it feels insane. Whispering secrets to the night. Shadows stretch like velvet streams, pulling me deeper into dreams. Your voice, it lingers, a soft refrain, sweet like honey, calling my name. Glow, baby, glow, light up the dark. Your touch ignites, it sparks my heart. Glow, baby, glow, I'm losing control. mapping out new revelations. Your eyes, they burn like amber gold. A story waiting to unfold. Your rhythm moves me, a sacred dance, caught in the spell of a fleeting chance. Glow, baby, glow, light up the dark. Your touch ignites, it sparks my heart. Glow the fire deep in my soul. You're the fire deep in my soul.
All right, right there. And then we will go ahead and close it. Okay, so we got it linked. The linking is looking pretty good. So this is going to be a 2-layered bracelet. I like the way that look. We might even make it 3 layers, right? 2 layers look pretty good. So we'll do 2, and then put some wire right here. Go ahead and leave it open a little bit. Stuff all down my sleeve. Close it. Open that up a little bit more and then make it just a little bit bigger so it can close all the way. And then let's put a red one. And of course we need to clip it a little bit, so I would rather have more wire than less. And then go ahead and close it. Got it nice and closed. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And then we need 2 more. So link it. Let's see, what color do I want to put on here? Let's do red. I haven't used very much red, so let's put a red one. And then we need to clip it a little bit, about right there. We got that closed, and then we need 1 more. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we need 1 more piece of wire. And then this is about how much I'm cutting. And then I think this is about how much I'm cutting. And then fold that. And then we will link it. And then let's see, where we go. Let's do a red on this end too. So we'll do a red on the end of it as well. And then we are going to clip just a small amount, maybe about that much. You can't even see it, but it's just a little bit. And then we're going to go ahead and close it. And then we got 2. And I'm making it to where it fits my wrist. So what I can do is I'm going to add, I'm going to put 2 of the jump rings. I don't know how this is going to look, but we're going to link them together. So we're going to put, if we can fit 2 jump rings, we're going to put 2 jump rings. And we'll close them together nicely. That's 1. I'll take a jump ring off of here. And let's see if we can do 2. Because it's not like I made the holes really big. I don't think I do 2. Oh yeah, I did. Well, that one I did anyway. Hold on, I might not be able to get it on the second one. There we go. So we got 2 jump rings on there for security. Just like that. And I think I twisted them. I twisted them up. Dang it. Alright, hold on. Oh wait, did I? Yeah, I twisted it. Wait, or did I? Alright, let's try this one more time. Take that one out. And then I'm going to put it on this side. Yeah, that's not going to work with 2, because maybe if I do on big ones, because I got them. Oh, and then what happened is because I didn't make the hoop big for both of them to fit and be like, that's okay. Take one of them off, one meaning the jump ring off, and then I got the 1 jump ring, and then we'll put the other jump ring on the other side. So we can have this. Let me make sure this is closed real good right here. So nice and closed. And then we'll take this jump ring and we'll put it on this side. And it is lobster clasp right here. So we're going to put it. And then we'll close this. So like bracelets, you know, to it all longer. If I don't know, that's a home. I'm not gonna do this. If I can wrist it and put this jump so long that it's order would it put it course, it's too big because I had to put the extender on because I can't put it on any other way. So when this extender, this jump ring is not on here, it will fit my wrist perfectly. So this is how it would look. And then I'm going to take this extra jump ring off too, because I think you get the idea of what it looks like. As a double. As a double bracelet. That's really nice. Just as a double bracelet, so I can't slide it on. Can I slide it on? I can't even slide it on. It'll probably pop it loose. So it gives you get the gist of what it looks like as a double bracelet. This is really nice. I almost want to make it 3. So the next one that I make, what I'm going to do is the ends right here. I'm going to make the ends, the closures bigger, just with a bigger hole. Then that way I can get 2 jump rings in, which makes it a little bit more secure than just the 1 jump ring. And what will happen is I could even use maybe like a bigger jump ring. Well, no, the smaller jump ring is cool. Just make it with bigger holes at the end, and that way I can get 2 of them in. And then that way it would, and then also use a different lobster clasp that has a big hole at the end of it. And then that way it'll make it a little bit more secure than, you know, just making it like this. But this is really cool. I really like this. You guys let me know what you think, because this is really nice. I like this, and I am going to probably make, not probably, I am going to be sit here and make more using these beads right here. And some of them I think I might even put let me see if I can get I can't get it on by myself. An idea about what it looks like. And that's the difference when you when you got that stretch cord versus when you linking stuff together and you got to have closures on it. You can't close it by yourself. So this is what it looks like. Really cool, huh? You guys let me know what you think, because I am going to definitely sit here and make more of these. Anyway, Darling Night for Jewelry by BDK. And guess what? We'll talk. Well, hey family, this is Darlene. Want to thank you for stopping by the Jewelry by BDK YouTube channel. I know you didn't come here for a sermon. So here's the video. And guess what? We'll talk. Well, hey family, happy Tuesday. This is Darlene stopping by real quick. I think it was last week I made a double strand linked bracelet. I gave that to my sister. My sister saw it and she really loved it. But it was a double link like this. It was the bracelet. She said, can you make me a necklace to go with the bracelet? And I said, that's really funny, because Miss Valerie asked me if I could make a, do a video showing one of the necklaces linked using these same beads. So I said, okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. But what she wants too, though, is the link necklace. And then she want like charms, the same jade bead as charm. So I'm gonna try to figure out how to make this a linked charm bracelet using the dyed jade beads. So we're gonna see what we come up with. I went ahead and did a lot of the link. Of course, it takes a lot of time to be doing I figured I would go ahead and do half of it at least, and then I'll do the rest possibly on camera, or do a couple of them on camera and then finish off camera, because the linking can take almost an hour just by itself, just doing the linking. And I went ahead and cut some more wire and stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. And then I'm thinking what I'm going to do is, because I'm not in a very chatty mood today, I'm going to put some music on. So I'm going to go ahead and start linking these, and then we'll just we'll put some music on, and then I'll just come back. And you can see I already cut these like longer than what they should be. So I'm going to go ahead and clip it about probably right there. You can see just enough to be able to close it down. And then that's what we want to do. So now we're going to go ahead and link it. To what we already got made. And this should make it go about faster because I got a lot of it already done. And we want to make sure the links are closed nice against that wire right there. So we do. And I like the white bead, so I think I'm going to be putting, see how the white just kind of runs through there? I think I'm going to be using quite a few of the whites. I kind of like the way the white looks. Go ahead and close the end of it. You can also make these, the holes, I mean the loops at the end, you know, you can make them bigger if you wanted to. It just depends on what you want to do and how you want it to look. So it's all about what you want it to look like, because I tend to think that the bigger loops on the end look pretty. And you can use them to make like put charms. So the bigger the hoops are, because you can see these are kind of small hoops that I got on here, but the bigger the hoops are on the end, that will allow you to be able to put a jump ring through. And I could probably do that, put a jump ring through, and then you can just kind of link charms. And I might even try that and see what it looks like. But she just wanted linked like this, and then she wants some type of charms have it with it. And I'll try to put something, so we'll do it. And then let's see, what color am I gonna put right here? Let's go with maybe a pink. Do I got another pink? We'll go with another pink. And you can see where I did make the wire just a little bit too long, so I'm gonna go ahead and clip just a small piece right there. And I would rather have it too long than too short. I'm like really liking the colors too. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put some music on, and then I'll be back.
Only we. The city hums but moves so slow. Your touch, a rhythm, soft and sweet, pulling me in where the heart beats me. Velvet waves, they carry me through the tide to where we're free. Velvet waves, oh can't you see, this love's a song, a melody. Golden streets with the faded hue, dreams unfold where the light breaks through. Every step feels brand new. Street lights hum like a broken choir. Concrete dreams build and retire. Shadows dance on the alley's breath. Every step closer, every step to death. City whispers, city screams. Nothing's ever what it seems. Skyline cuts like a jagged seam. City whispers, city screams. Steam rising from a subway grate. Time ticks louder when you're late. Graffiti prayers on crumbling walls. Hope's a bird that rarely calls. Neon signs bleed, the colors fight. Lost souls wander in the night. City whispers, city screams. Whoa! Nothing's ever what it seems. Skyline cuts like a jagged seam. City whispers, city screams. Whoa! Yeah, man on the corner selling lost time. Window framed in grime. Cars hiss by like snakes in the rain. The city's alive, but it feels insane. Whoa! Your midnight eyes, the world disappears where your shadow lies. Every breath you take, a melody in disguise. You move like silk, like a secret breeze. I'm lost, I'm bound, you're the lock and key. Under your spell, can't break free. You got me, baby, baby. Down on my knees, under your spell. You're all I see. Under your spell, you're all I see. It's magic, baby. You and me, you and you. Your touch is a spark, sets my heart aflame. Each whisper you give makes me call your name. Time stops for us, nothing feels the same. Your love's a fire, it burns so slow. I'm tangled up, don't wanna let go. Under your spell, I can't break free. You got me, baby, baby. Down on my knees, under your spell. You're all I see. Under your spell, you're all I see. It's magic, baby. You and me. I saw you walking, your shadow sway. Night was silent, but my heartbeat played. Under street lights, your glow was fire. A quiet spark that pulled me higher. Yeah. Your rhythm I can't ignore. Every move leaves me wanting more. Under the moonlight, under your spell, I'm falling deeper, can't even tell if it's real or just a dream I found. Under the moonlight, you're all around, yeah. The stars are winking, the air's alive. Your laugh's a melody that keeps me high. Every glance, it's a secret note, a song unwritten, yet I know it's wrote. You're a rhythm I can't ignore. Every move leaves me wanting more. Under the moonlight, under your spell, I'm falling deeper, can't even tell if it's real or just a dream. Under the moonlight, yeah.
Okay, so with this necklace, I am going to have to get some. I'm gonna have to get some bigger lobster clasp because I don't like this small one for the. I mean, it'll work, but I don't like it with this particular necklace. So I am going to have to get some bigger lobster clasp. And I think what I'm going to do on this side, I'm going to use a smaller jump ring. So actually, no, I'm not, because I want them to be the same size. So I do like the necklace, and then I'm trying to see. I want to make I can probably put the charms right here, like make a nice jump ring and then put the jump ring around here. So let's see, because she just wanted like a bunch of, she wants a bunch of these jade beads. So I think what I'll do, because I got some up here, and I might have to make a couple more. And let's grab some. Let's grab we'll use this size jump ring. And it's sturdy. It's a 16 gauge wire. So we're just going to hang a bunch of these on here and then see what it looks like. Like just kind of fill it in, fill it up. And we're going to catch it about right here between these two, because it looks centered. All these done fell off. And let me see, do I got any more of these? Let's see something. Purple one right here. So I probably need to make more of these anyway, because I want to use them on bracelets. It don't look like I got any more made. Oh, here's a purple. Another purple. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to make more of these before I use up all these beads. Okay, so let's find out. We're gonna open this back up. We're gonna go ahead and hang these purples on here. just kind of fill it in. And then go ahead and close it. And then see what we get. That's not bad. Let me see something. Where's my... And let's see. I kind of want to fill it a little bit more because I'm really digging the linked necklace. But this don't look bad right here. It just looks like it might need to be filled up a little bit more. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it like this. I'm going to check with my sister and see if she likes it like this. And if she likes it like this, I'll leave it like this. If not, if she wants the charm part down here a little bit fuller, I'll make it a little bit fuller. But just knowing her, she'll probably like it just like this. Because when she sees it, she's just going to be like, oh, I love it. Because she's just crazy about the linked. That linked bracelet that she got, the double strand. She was just like, oh, no, I love it. I want it. Can you make me a necklace? And then we'll see if she wants more down here. But I kind of like it. To me, it looks like it needs to be filled in a little bit more. But then knowing her, it would probably more than likely be perfect for her. And then also the back of this necklace, I am going to still probably get, and I might even have a bigger lobster clasp around here. If I dig in these boxes and stuff around here, I can probably find a couple because I want this to be a little bit bigger. I don't like that small one on there like that. But again, you know, she'll probably like it. And I like it. I really do love the linked look. And there is a tool that, you know, you can use to make the ends of the wire, the hoop, nice, and each one of them be uniform in size and perfect in size and all that good stuff. But even when I look at this, I'm not using that tool. I still like it. It just looks really nice to me. And my whole thing is handmade. So handmade never looks perfect. It looks good. It looks professional, you know, if you make it with integrity, right? But it's never like perfect. You're going to always find those little imperfections. You're going to always look at things and be like, you know, when you make it, it's like, okay, that ain't perfect, but I don't want it perfect because it's handmade. So it's like, I like it handmade. And that's one of the reasons why I won't use like some of the tools and stuff. Like a lot of people, and people will suggest things like tools, or they'll say, I think it was something I made last week, and it was a bracelet. In fact, it was these bracelets right here. And I think somebody was saying, I don't remember who it was, but she was saying that the caps on the end of the bead, she was saying that they're too big. For me, they're not too big. They're perfect. I mean, this is a perfect artistic piece to me. So the caps on the end are perfectly fit for the bead. And I love the way this looks. Now, for another artist, for them, or for the young lady that said what she said, the caps would be too big for her because that's not her creative style. So that's another thing you don't want to get locked into. You don't want to get locked into people's suggestions regarding your artistic mind. So it's your artistic mind that says, you know what, I like that, I love that, like that. And that is how you came up with the creation, right? It's okay to take suggestions for certain things like, oh, okay, well, you can use 16 gauge wire instead of 18 gauge wire because 16 gauge wire is more sturdy when you're making jump rings. But if you use the 18 is kind of flexible, it's kind of thin, and then, you know, you don't want stuff falling apart. Now, that's a really good suggestion, right? But when it starts coming to your authentic, creative mind, it's like, no, thank you, but no thank you. So you can't fall into that trap of, you know, people saying, well, I like this that way, or I like that way. And the good thing about that is if you like it that way, go ahead and make it that way. But for me, I like it this way. So I'm going to make it this way. So, you know, don't get caught up in that little snare, you know, that people try to put out there because that's how they see it and that's how they want things to be. You know, just operate in your creative purpose, do what it is that you like doing, make it look like you like it to look, and that's all there is. There ain't no more. Well, hey family, this is Darlene. Want to thank you for stopping by the Jury by BDK YouTube channel. I know you didn't come here for a sermon. So here's the video, and guess what? We'll talk. Well, hey family, happy Wednesday. This is Darlene stopping by real quick. So I cut 2 really long pieces of nylon cord. I was digging through my boxes and I found some nylon cord. In fact, I found 2 spools of nylon cord. And I was like, okay, well, what can I do with this cord? I could make maybe a necklace of some kind, and use it as the string to like bead the beads, or, you know, string the beads on, or like, what can I really do with it? And I'm like, okay, well, I gotta try to do something with it. So I said, okay, what I can do is I can bead the beads, the 20 millimeter beads onto the nylon cord, double it, and then knot it each time I put a bead on it. And we're going to try that to see if we can come out with a really jazzy necklace. So I went ahead and cut two really long pieces. I don't even know how long this is, but they're long pieces. And you do have to cut it longer because you're going to be tying knots. And as you tie the knots, you need a lot of the cord, because as you tie the knot, it takes up the cord. So I do want to see, let me see something. I need to clean this table off. It's just like stuff all over the place. I did want to try with, see if I can try with these little beads first, just to see what it looks like. Oh, I think what I'm gonna have to do, let me get a piece of wire, just a little thin piece of wire that I can thread. Oh, you know what? And I actually found my needles. I can probably use one of these. Let's see. I'm gonna try one of these. Oh, that ain't gonna work because that's too thick. Let me see something. Should be able to get it. Oh, I'm gonna have to figure this out with another piece of wire, so I could just be able to pull it straight through. So right now I'm just putting it in and twisting it through. So if I do it like this, you can see where that one is there, this one is here, and then let's just see. And we got both of those on like that. So I do like the way that looks. So if we do that like that, and then we push it all the way up to where we have the knot, which is right there, then we can tie another knot. So all I'm going to do is take the nylon cord, and we're going to put both of those through like that. And then we need to get the knot close to there as we can, and then just go ahead and tie the knot. And then that's what that looks like so far. And then and I left all this out right here so that if I need to loosen it to make the necklace longer, I can do that. And then also at the end of it, I'm going to just tie the ends together, and it'll be just like one big knot at the end. So far, I do like the way that looks, and we're just going to keep doing it like that and then see what we get. See if we get something just that looks really nice and cool. Because I was like, what can I do with all this, nylon cord? Because I initially bought it to thread those 25 millimeter wood beads to make some men necklaces. But then I decided I wasn't going to use them for that. So then I just, of course, ended up with, you know, a bunch of nylon cord, as we generally do. I'll probably have to try a piece of wire to pull this through. So then we got that one like that. And then I think I don't want to put, because what will happen is when I push this up, that means this bead will be against this one like that. So I don't want them back to back like that. You see what I'm talking about? So it should just be another bead. So we're going to take these off. And then I'm just going to put the bead on. Go ahead and just put the bead on. Yeah, and I know it's probably another way to get these on. You guys let me know in the comment section. I do know I could use a piece of wire. I do know that there are needles. I don't have those type of needles. You see what kind I have. So if I do this like this, that's better, because I don't want it to be, or maybe I do want it to be like that, because it makes it look like this one missing right here. So I guess I do want to put that spacer back right there, so it'll just be consistent, because right there it doesn't look consistent. So go ahead and take it off. And this is what happens when you trying different stuff when you've never tried it before. So, and that's okay. So we're gonna go ahead and put another spacer. And then we'll put another bead. I'm just twisting it to where it goes on. Got that one, and then we'll use another spacer. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough spacers though. We'll just use as many as we got. How about that? Okay, so now pull it off. So now that looks more consistent. And then we'll go ahead and make another knot. Pull all this cord up. And just go ahead and knot it. Pull that through. And then just go ahead and make a nice knot right at that spacer. And we make it to where it's big enough to rest against that spacer like that. And then what we can do, I'll see if I got some other bigger beads I can put on here, but this is what we're gonna do for now. So that's what that looks like, and then we just gonna keep on. So then we're gonna put another spacer. Let me see something, hold on. Oh shoot, now we gotta try to get the other one in here. I was trying to use the wire to get both pieces of the cord in here, but it didn't work. It's just too thick. So this will basically just take time to be doing this. I'm trying to figure out another way I can, not unless, let's try something. Not unless I can cut some of the edge off like that on both sides of it. And then that should work a little better to make it smaller. Yeah, that'll work. So we get that small end on there. And then see if it'll work for the bead as well. Probably have to use the 25mm, or you know what, or one string of cord. Oh, maybe that's what I can do. I can just use like one string of cord. But it's like the thickness of it I like with the two cords. But I think this is what we're going to do in order to make this work. I'm going to take this apart and we're going to use one. We're just going to use one string of cord. I like the idea of using two, but I don't want to have all this difficulty trying to get it made. And sometimes that's what happens. You just got to take stuff apart and try to do it from scratch. So this we're going to do, just use one piece of cord, and I'm sure with one piece of cord we should be, and this will actually make two necklaces. So I'm going to use one piece, and we will use that second one for possibly for another necklace. So I'm going to take the string and I'm going to tie a knot out right here. A nice little easy knot out right there. And then we're just going to start stringing. So this way it should be a little bit easier. And I'm thinking because of the weight of the beads and the spacers, it'll make the necklace hang good. Yeah, so one is better. And then that's the thing, if it don't look like what I want it to look like, you already know I'll take it apart. So that's what that's gonna look like. And then we'll go ahead and tie a knot. Pull that string. Go ahead and make sure that that's close together right there, and then get that all the way down close to that spacer. And then that's what that'll look like. And one is easier to bead. And I'm using the black polka dot because I have more of these beads. I do got some other beads over there drying. And if I like the way the necklace looks, I'll just make a couple more of these. Yep, and you can see already how that's gonna look. And then we go ahead and tie our little knot. Pull that through. Want to make sure everything is close together. And then just go ahead and pull that knot right on top of it. Right on top of that spacer. Like that. And then that's what that looks like. Grab another spacer. Grab another bead. Another spacer. And then that looks really cool so far. Tie another knot. then we want to make sure that all this is close together up here next to that bead, that knot. And then we're just going to push that together so it's fitting nice and snug, not too tight, but snug enough. And then we're just going to pull that knot onto the spacer like that. And then that's what we got. I'm gonna try to get out and go do my walk. I got a late start this morning. I was up kind of late last night doing some reading and studying some stuff, so I was up really late. So this morning I was a little slow, so I ain't made it out to do my walk yet, but I think I'm gonna do that in a little bit, probably when I finish this. Okay, so that's against that, and then that's how we got it. So you could already see what the necklace is gonna look like, and I like it already. So we're just gonna go ahead and finish this up. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and thread some of this, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I have most of it pretty much already put together. This is nice, right? Really nice. I'm loving it already. So we just gonna make it a little bit longer because we're gonna make it to go over the head. So we're gonna add a couple more spacers. Gonna add a couple more, and I can see how I could use different beads, different spacer beads and different beads to make these really nice necklaces. Let's see. Let's use one of this one. And then maybe using, I guess the 20 millimeter beads are not bad. I can use the 25 millimeter because the holes are bigger. That's only if I'm going to use double cord. So we got that like that. We're just going to go ahead and tie our little knot. I haven't even had time to put no polish or nothing on my nails or file my fingernails down. So you can see how that is right there. Just pushing that right against the spacer. And then we're just going to add another spacer, the little metal spacer that we got. Grab another bead. 25 millimeter hand painted beads. And I paint these beads myself. So then we got that. And then we'll go ahead and tie another knot. Oh, I really like these. I'm gonna dig around and see. And then I could do them without putting spacers, and then just tie knots at the end of the big bead. So like not have the spacers and then just have the knots at the end of each bead. But it's the spacers add something to it. So we're just gonna put a couple more. Use all these spacers that we got. Love the way that looks. Go ahead and you want to make sure this is pressed against the knot, and then holding it and then making your knot. So just pull that, and then as you're holding this right here, pressing these three against that bead, that knot, you want to press it against, and then just keep pushing the knot towards the spacer so it'll fit right on top of the spacer like that. And then let's see, what color did we use? Do we got some more white ones? Yeah, let's grab a white. pull or not. Oops, pull that through. Go ahead and loosen that back up. Make sure it's against the knot, pressed against, and then get that knot all the way down there. You gotta push it against it. And that's how it'll be. I'm gonna just go ahead and use all these spacers. Wait, let me see which colors. What other color did I use? Oh, let's do this one. And it needs to be long enough just to go over the head. Yep, that's about it right there. That's beautiful. And then let's go ahead and tie our last little knot. There we got them beads held against each other. And then go ahead and push that knot towards the spacer like that. And then this is what we got as the necklace. That is beautiful. And it could be made probably longer, like really long to make it a double. But this is really pretty. I could even see this as a bracelet, right? This is really nice. I love this. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we can see where this side is loose. So we're just going to loosen that up. And then push that knot right against the spacer. So then we are going to take it, and we got all this extra at the end, and we're just going to go ahead and cut that extra off, that long piece we got. So now I know not to cut as much, because this would basically just be wasted, because I really can't make anything. I might be able to make a little necklace out of it and then roll it and put I think that's what I'm getting ready to do. Let me see. Actually, no, I'm gonna tie it, because that's what my thought. I was just gonna tie it, just like tie it closed, so you can basically, let's do it like this. We're just gonna tie it closed. Or, no, you know what I'm gonna do? Let's do this. I'm gonna take the ends. I'm gonna take the ends like this. Let's get some wire. This is 18 gauge wire. So we're going to take some 18 gauge wire. I'm going to go ahead and clip a piece. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to take our end of the cord. We're just going to fold it like that. And we're going to take a piece of, I'm using 18 gauge wire. And all we're going to do is begin to wrap this right on around to secure it. And hold on, let me get it on here securely first. And I'm going to take the wire, close it against it, nice and snug. Then I'm going to take this wire, and not wire, but this cord, I'm going to clip it about right there. So you can see how it has a little piece, hanging. So all we're going to do, we're going to take our wire, and we're just going to wrap this all the way around, securing that little piece down there. and just wrap it all the way down. And then we're just gonna go back up. And it's a little difficult to hold it. That's why I'm using the 18 gauge wire. And then we're just gonna take the end of the wire. So the end of the wire is like right here. And I'm going to curve it close. I'm going to go ahead and close it down like that so nothing is poking. And then we're just going to keep wrapping it around. Go ahead and close it against the wire. Close it, smash it on there. Yep. Go ahead and smash it on. That's what we want. So then this is the end of it, right? I know people will ask me, what gauge wire are you using? I am generally using 18 gauge wire. I will use 16 gauge wire for when I'm making jump rings. But if I'm making necklaces, if I'm beading something, if I'm using wire to wrap like this, or if I'm using charms, it's generally 18 gauge wire. So we're just gonna go ahead and fold that like that. And we're just gonna take our wire, we're gonna fold it on top like that, and then we'll just start wrapping. And you wanna wrap it nice and tight. So nice and tight. And then we wanna go ahead and cut some of that off. We can also wrap down onto the knot. Just want to go ahead and do that because you want to secure it. Bring it back up. And I'm going to put a little round part on the wire so it's no sticking, poking. And then we're just going to take this and go ahead and fold that wire, close it, and smash it right on down up in there. And then we're going to go ahead and put the loop this end too. Just close that end. That way you know nothing is sticking. And then finish wrapping it. That wire, close that wire down on top of there like that. Just smash it on there, right up against it, and when you smash it, it generally closes into it. So now, this is what we have. This is really, really nice. And remember, you can always just tie knots at the end if you want to, but for me the wire adds a nice little elegance to it. So all we're going to do now is get us a couple of jump rings. Oh, and I think I need to make some of the smaller ones because these are all big. So this one right here we're going to use. Put that there, and then I got a nice big lobster clasp. I'm going to put that on there, and we will go ahead and close that off. And we don't even have to put a jump ring on this side if we don't want to, and it'll close like that. So you can put a jump ring if you want to put a jump ring, but you really don't have to. So that's what that looks like. Oh yeah, I really like this, right? And we made this with that nylon cord. So I got a couple of spools of this. No information on here, but this is what the spools that I have. So I got these right here. And I'm like, well, what can I do with these? So I really do like these. I can see where I can make more of these type of necklaces using some bigger beads, or even just the beads without these spacers, or even some different spacers. I can see a whole lot of things being created using this nylon cord. But anyway, Darlene Knight for Jewelry by BDK. If you guys plan on making anything like this, let me know. If you think it's a real good idea with the nylon cord, let me know. Also, if you know of any other way to be beading, if I use 2 strands of the nylon cord, I know that the needles that I have right here, they don't work. So because the thread is too thin, and I think the only way it'll work is if the bead holes are bigger, meaning like using 25 millimeters, like these beads right here, because you can see the beads are the holes are a lot bigger. So I think I'm gonna try some, or at least one necklace using the 25 millimeter beads and the nylon cord, because I really do like this, and I want to use 2 strands so I can get a bigger knot. So that more than likely will have to be with these type of beads right here. But I'm really digging this right here. You guys let me know what you think. Happy Wednesday. I hope everybody is having a really good day and looking forward to the weekend. And guess what? We'll talk. Well, hey family, this is Darlene. Want to thank you for stopping by the Jewelry by BDK YouTube channel. I know you didn't come here for a sermon. So here's the video. And guess what? We'll talk. Well, hey family, happy Wednesday. This is Darlene stopping by real quick. I got a question that was like a really good question from one of the subscribers. And she was saying that she wants to make a bracelet using the 20 millimeter beads. That would be like these right here. 20 millimeter beads. She wants to polka dot them, but she's pretty much on a budget and she don't want to make a whole bunch of them. She just want to make 1 or 2 for herself. So I'm going to show you how you can make a bracelet, a really cute beaded bracelet that's hand painted with just maybe just the beads if you want, just the wood beads, and paint it. And you can maybe make a couple of them. But Hobby Lobby has bags of beads. You can get 16 beads to 20 millimeters for, these are 25 millimeters. I don't have any of the 20 millimeters. I'm just using this for illustration. So Hobby Lobby has, it's a bag of raw beads like this, wood beads, unpainted with the holes. You get 16 20 millimeters for $1.49. You got to catch them when they're on sale. $1.49. So it takes you about, depending on the length of your wrist, it can take you 12 to 13 20 millimeter beads to make a bracelet that will fit a 7.5 inch wrist, right? So if you want to make just one bracelet for yourself, easy, $1.49 bag, right? So then while you're in Hobby Lobby, you can boogie over to the paints. Now the paints, because the paints are already priced low every day, 99 cents. I don't think the paints ever go on sale. So I've never found the paints in Hobby Lobby. Now they may have something like the little clearance part where maybe somebody opened it and did something to it or something like that. However, I've never found any. So the 99 cents, you can get 2 bottles. That's $3.50 so far. So you can make a bracelet for $5 or a little bit shy under $5. 2 bottles of paint, 16 wood beads, $1.49. So that's $3.50, right? So with the 2 paints, I'm using this just to show you. So this is just 2 colors. So this would be just 2 bottles of paint. But to add a little bit more, I hope I can open this. Ooh. To add a little bit more polka dots to it, I'll put a little paint in this bowl. You can see this is my little paint bowl. And I'm going to take a Q-tip just for illustration. And how you got the 2 different colors, you can take the base color, which is the pink, and just go ahead and dot some of the greens like that. And then that will give you a little bit more, like it's more color, or add a little bit more drama to it. So you can see the difference when you add the pink inside of the green like that, right? And then what you can do depending on the size of the pink that you put on top of the green. You can come back. I don't have any green paint, but you can come back once the pink dries. So we're going to dot that one, dot that one, dot that, dot, 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 dot. Might as well use all the paint while we got it on here. Dot, 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 dot it, dot it, dot, dot, dot. And you see how it gives it more of almost like an animal print type effect, right? So with the two paints, now you could even come back if you got the second color. Once the pink dries, you can take a very small amount of paint and then put a green dot on top of that dot, right? And then it just gives you more, and you can just cover the beads with the dots, just dots all over the place. A lot of greens. You can do a lot of, you could even put, like, literally cover the whole bead if you want to with a dot, 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 and then come back and dot it again with the second color, and then dot it again with that first color, and then you'll find that it's a really beautiful bracelet using just two different paints, and those paints only cost you 99 cents each. So you bought a bag of beads with 16 for $1.49. You bought two things of paint that was 99 cents each. And then with the stretch cord, you got to get that stretch cord when it's on sale. So it just depends on where you buy it from. You don't have to get the name brand, which is more expensive. You can get the less expensive stretch cord if you want to. Because remember, you're trying to make a bracelet for $5 or less, and it's doable. It is very, very doable. Let's see, $3 stretch cord. Get the stretch cord on sale. I've gotten it as low as $2, less than $2, depending on where I bought it at. And if you got a coupon on sale, what's that percentage on it? You know, when you can go in there, you got a coupon, it's already on sale. Then you got coupons, you could get an additional off. So you can get that stretch cord for almost nothing. Anybody that knows how to, not manipulate, but anybody who knows how to work the coupons in any one of the stores, be it Michael's or Hobby Lobby, you know you can get that stretch cord for a little bit of nothing. So you're basically coming out of there paying probably $5, maybe a little bit more with the tax on it, right? So you're still coming up out of there able to make a really cute boho bracelet, right? And if you have I'm gonna put this over here. And if you have like an old bracelet or an old necklace or something that has charms on it, you can take the charms off and then put the charms on the bracelet, and then now you have a real pretty bracelet that you made for under $5. But it's really easy to do because a lot of people are not making jewelry to be selling and doing all that kind of stuff. All they're doing is they're making jewelry because they like to make jewelry, or they want to make some jewelry for themselves or to give it as gifts. So I do get a lot of that where people are just kind of asking questions. Hey, I just want to make 1 or 2 pieces. I just want to do this, or I want to make some gifts for Christmas. What's the cheapest way I can do this? And 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then once you get those 20 millimeter beads painted, you're just going to use your stretch cord and go ahead and just bead it, and it'll come out just being a really cool beaded bracelet. And again, if you got like some old jewelry that has some charms on it, just go ahead and take the charms off and then use the charms on the big bracelet if you want to, or just go ahead and wear it like this, depending on how you paint your beads. I mean, it should be a really jazzy bracelet. Really easy and simple, you know, to make. And even if you wanted to, you know, make them as gifts for people, they're really easy to do. Not a whole lot to it at all. So you would end up making like a really cool bracelet, something like this. I'm going to go ahead and tie this down. Real easy, simple, no charm. I'm not putting any charms on this or anything. Just showing you how simple a $5 wood bracelet can be. You can paint it. And then once you paint it, you let it dry. You can use the glossy paint too. So if you use the glossy paint gives you some type of shine. So then that way you don't have to put any type of sealant on it or anything, especially if you're making it for yourself. Because you're just making it for yourself and you want to, you know, make something really cool and easy. So you put that in there. And then you can see it would be a really easy, cool bracelet. I mean, nothing to it at all, period. You're going to take those raw beads. You're going to paint them. And I always use the Americana, Deco Art Americana acrylic paint. So I always use this type of paint. It's really good paint. I've been using this paint for a while too. And I wear a lot of my own bracelets. And they stay. They're very durable. Nothing chips off like anything. I wear these things. And a lot of time I'll just keep them on. Like when I'm washing my hands, I'll wash my hands with them on. And I like to kind of test it like that. I've even washed dishes with wood bracelets on like this, just to see if anything would happen. Would anything chip? Would anything come off? Would anything? And nothing has ever happened to them. So, you know, that's why I continue to use the acrylic, the Deco Art acrylic paint. So you'll end up with some really cute little bracelets like this, depending on how you paint your beads. And real simple, real easy, just nothing to it. You know, nothing to it. Get you a couple of bottles of paint. If you're operating, like I said, on a budget and you can only get you 2 bottles, get you 2 bottles. And then just, you know, every time you want to make you a new bracelet, just get you some different paints. Buy you another $1.49 bead, bag of beads if that's what you want to do. And just keep making you some really cool bracelets. Just really simple and easy, just like that. Well, hey family, this is Darlene. Want to thank you for stopping by the Jewelry by BDK YouTube channel. I know you didn't come here for a sermon. So here's the video. And guess what? We'll talk. Well, hey family, happy Friday. This is Darlene stopping by real quick. I went ahead and made some more of the aluminum bead caps. And I made them in different colors. So this one is a fuchsia and then this one is a red. I am going to be using a polka dot 25 millimeter hand painted bead. So we are going to see what we can come up with using these custom bead caps, 25 millimeter. See if we can come up with something really unique, very different. I already like the way that looks. The thing with it, let's see. So with this one, it's kind of wide at the end, so I need to close it in just a little bit so that when I put the bead, so that when I put the bead on it, let me find something. So that when I put the bead on it, the little 8 millimeter bead on it, that 8 millimeter bead will stay, will lay up against that hole better. So we got that closed a little bit more, as you can see. And then this side, let's see this one. This one, just a little bit more as well. So it's just closing the wire in a little bit more together. So now you can see how it's closed in like nice. And then we got our little piece curled and then we got it locked in, the wire locked on top of each other. So now I think I'm going to use this little bead right here. This is a 6 millimeter, I think, 8 millimeter. And then we're going to go ahead and bead it. And let me see something. Yep, we'll bead it like that. And then we'll use our 25 millimeter bead. And you can see how nicely that looks together. And then we'll go ahead and put this one. And then we'll use another 8 millimeter. And these are black in color, black and gold. So you can see how, let me see something. You can see how they fit nicely. And then, what do we want to use now? Because I want some different And that's a small bead. I like the checker, but the bead is just too small. So I want to use some bigger beads. I'll try these right here and see what these look like. And you can see what that looks like right there, but I don't like the way it looks. I'm going to take these back off. And it's a matter of matching the beads and making sure that the beads, that they coordinate well, that they look, the colors especially look good together. And then let's do this one. And I like that. I like that the bead is a very different bead and it just matches really well with what's going on already. And then let's take, oh, you know what? I got one of these up here. We use this flat one. And then I got another flat one right here, these rondelles. So we got that. Okay, and then let me see how this bead looks, the polka dot. I like the way that looks. That's really cool. So that's a really cool bracelet. And then I do want to use these beads. I wanted to use these in the other video, but they didn't come out. They didn't match well with the silver caps. So we'll do this. And I do like the way that looks. And let's see, do I want to put, right? I like the way that looks. And then I want to put something here that's a different color. Something flat. Let's see what I got up here. Not a hematite. Just something flat. Maybe this might be too far down, but let's see. We'll put that one there. And I think I just saw another one. And we'll put this spacer here. And then we'll go ahead and put 2 more of these beads. And the reason why I put the spacers there is to kind of break up the consistency of these beads right here. So you can see how it breaks it up right here. So if I didn't have the spacers right there, look how it would look. It would still be nice, but sometimes you need a spacer that will, now see, that looks nice, but when I got the spacers right there, you can see how it adds a little bit more character to the, you know, to the bracelet. So we're going to take those 2 off. Put this bead back on, and then we'll put these spacers on. These are metal spacers. Put these metal spacers on so we can kind of break up the consistency of that color. And then we'll put that there. Oh, I like this. I'm just like really digging. Let me see something. And then we'll put another bead on here. This should be about 7.5. Then we'll go ahead and tie it down. Look how pretty that looks. So we'll go ahead and tie it down. I'm going to probably make more of these bracelets with the custom bead caps because I really like them. I just need to, I might even have some more aluminum wire around here somewhere. I'm going to dig through these boxes. I might have some somewhere that I can use. Just tying this a couple of times. That's 2, 3. and then one, and I do it like that because I want to build up the knot, and the bigger the knot is to fit into the big hole, that creates another layer of security. So we'll do 1, 2, and then 1, 2, and then go ahead and cut off that extra. And then we got that really big, huge knot, and we'll pull it in that big old hole, and that makes it fit more snug. And then we're just going to go around the aluminum and just make sure that it fits snugly on the bead. And then that's how that looks. But you know what? And this is the other one that I made. Those look good together. Look at that. That is just like really wicked. Just really, really wicked. So these will look really good together. So I'm like really digging these wire caps, not wire, but aluminum caps. And the video is linked up in here if you didn't get a chance to see the other video for how I make these. I was working on that before I even did these right here. I did a double type spiral and then brought the wire, and I'll do a video showing how I did that. So instead of it laying wiggly like this on the bead, it's like a spiral. It's spiral, double spiral, and it's cap. It ends up being a cap. So it'll be a different design right here, and I'll do a video showing how to do those probably in a little bit. But I really like the way these look. You guys let me know what you think. And then I'm looking at them and I'm thinking, do I want to put charms on them or not? Because with the focal just kind of gives you drama, just kind of by themselves. And then it matters what type of beads, you know, that you put on. Because when you put like beads that got like all type of decorations and stuff on the bead, like really different decorative type beads, you really don't need a whole lot of charms. And the charms are basically to add extra drama and personality to a bracelet when it's a kind of plain bracelet. Or if you got something like this and you want to make it more dramatic, you want to add a little bit more character to it, you just want it to look like really eclectic and really just kind of out there, which is what these would look like if I add a lot of charms to them, right? And I am tempted to do that because, you know, I like my charms. But the way they look now, I really dig these like this. So really, really cool. Really cool. But anyway, happy Friday. Darling night for Jewelry by BDK. And guess what? We'll talk. Well, hey family, this is Darlene. Want to thank you for stopping by the Jewelry by BDK YouTube channel. I know you didn't come here for a sermon. So here's the video. And guess what? We'll talk. Well, hey family, we are going to use the other piece of nylon cord that we cut, and then this time we're going to go ahead and use some of these beads right here. I am going to an event on Saturday, and I have a dress that I'm going to be wearing. Of course, it's black, and I'm thinking I can go ahead and make a real cool necklace using these polka dots with some of the silver. And then we got this little black cord, so we're going to see how it's going to look. And if it don't look like, once I make it, I'm going to try it on with the dress and see how it looks. And if it looks good, I'll go ahead and wear it. And if it don't look good, guess what? I won't wear it. I'll take it apart. So I'm going to go ahead and tie a knot. Just a nice, easy knot right here. And then what we're going to do, we are going to double. We're going to double the beads. So we're just going to put one of these, and then we're going to take these silver spacers that we made using that 15 gauge aluminum wire and use that as a spacer. And then so this is what I'm wanting it to look like. So this will be the pattern. And then we are going to, I was thinking I might be able to, I don't know if this hole is big enough, but we're going to see something. Because I don't have any other beads up here that got big enough holes that I can use for, oh, you know what? Yes, I do. I might be able to use, let's see something. We got these color. We got these color beads in here. I don't know if the hole is big enough or not, though. Yeah, I'll have to fight with that, so I want to do that. I think that'll be the same with this one, because I was thinking I might be able to use these, but I won't because the hole is not big enough. So that's not going to work. So I'm going to just have to stick with my original plan. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and tie a knot. So of course we got this. We'll go ahead and grab it. Pull that nylon cord through. And then we want to get it, meaning the cord, all the way at the base of the bead like that. And then we want to pull it just tight enough so it'll be like that. And that's what we want. So we're just going to keep doing this. And then we're just going to grab a couple more beads. And hopefully we got enough. If not, we will go ahead and use the bigger beads in the middle. And this shouldn't take very long because the way that I'm beading it. So this is what it'll look like. And then we're just going to grab that nylon. And then you got to make sure that you're pushing the beads and everything together against each other, and then pushing that cord back on the base of the bead like that. So you can have a nice tight knot like that. And this one should be fairly quick because the way that we're doing it. You can mix the beads, you can mix all the different colors, you can make it just a solid color, depending on, you know, what type of beads that you're using. Got to make sure it's a big enough hole. And since I made the aluminum wire spacers, I'm going to just push the bead against it, and then it smashes it nicely against each bead. So that's what that looks like. And then we just go ahead and wrap our cord. And then we want to make sure that we got the beads and everything pressed together tightly, nice and snug. And then just keep pushing that cord back against that bead like that. So now you got a nice knot. And then we're just going to keep the party moving. Grab another custom spacer. And this looks like it'll match like really well with the black dress that I got. So you can see how that looks already. Really, really nice. Using nylon, okay, the nylon cord. And then that just goes to show you got a bunch of stuff around, all these different supplies and stuff, you know, that we have. And that's why I be saying I'm not running out buying nothing. You know, I'm not doing none of that. So like whatever you got that you can use, just make sure you use that stuff. Go through them bags and boxes and all that kind of stuff. And I guarantee you got a bunch of stuff in there you can use. It might take a minute for you to figure out what you want to do with it, but something can be done with it. And I think it becomes habit, you know, when you're creating, it almost feels like you're not creating anything new because you're using the same beads. And that's like one of the reasons why I started painting beads. So one thing for me is if I buy unpainted beads and paint the beads, you know, that works out. So I can paint them whatever colors I want to paint them. And I always got some beads. So I always got wood beads that I can paint. Always got some wood beads that I can paint in different sizes. Okay, and that's that. And y'all know creating is my my place of peace. So that looks really good. That's really, really nice. I like that. And because it's not a very long video, I'm not gonna cut out and then come back, because this is going pretty quick. And I'm sure it's because of the way that we're doing it. We're doing it basically 2 at a time. Go ahead and pull that cord through. Smash that down on there. And this is what we got. And then we're going to go ahead and make our knot. Making sure we're pushing those beads back. And then we're going to push that cord back. Push that cord back against the bead like that. So hopefully you can see that. And then it gives you a nice knot, so it's nice and tight. And then it looks like we should have enough 20mm beads and spacers, hopefully. I won't have to make any more. You know what, let's go with some yellow ones. Actually, let me do this. We'll make them both yellow. It's got a small hole right there. And see the color changes. And all those colors blend in really pretty together. Go ahead and make another knot. Press those beads together. Push that cord against it. Got a nice knot. We're going to do another because we have two more yellows. So we're going to go ahead and just put these yellows right here. Another spacer. Here's another bead. And this is basically all it is. And these I am going to tie. Well, this one I'm going to tie. Look how pretty that looks. And then we're just going to go ahead and tie another knot. That cord, make sure those beads are tight together. Push that cord against the bead, the base of the bead, and that's what you got. This will make a cool bracelet too with the look at that, using the stretch cord. I think I'm gonna make some bracelets like this too. That's really cool. And then we're going to go back to our fuchsia. Put that there, our second bead. Go ahead and press those together. Make our knot. Those together. Got that knot. Press right up against it like that. Another little wire spacer. Another bead. That together. That's what that looks like so far. That is like really cool. together and go ahead and push that cord. And then that's what we got. And let me put my sweatshirt on. Hold on, I'm cold. Okay, because it was cold up. It's cold up in here. So it gets cold, then it gets hot, then it gets cold, then it gets hot. And I have to take my sweatshirt off, put my sweatshirt on, take it off, put it on, take it off, put it on. Back and forth, back and forth. Just got to go with the flow, I guess. So in a couple of minutes, I'm going to be hot. So then I'm going to have to take it off. I won't be on camera then, though. So we're just going to go ahead and finish tying the knots. That against there. Really quick and easy, depending on how. The other one took a little bit longer, and I'm thinking that one took a little bit longer because we put more knots. We put more knots, and then I think and then we use other spacers, the smaller spacers. And smaller spacers are always harder to, not harder, but they take a little bit longer because they are smaller. So we got that done. Go ahead and put another knot. Push that right up against that bead. Nice and snug. And that's what we're looking like so far. And then we're just going to use all the spacers that we got up here. And I think because I'm going to wear this one, I'm going to just make it, tie it in a knot. So we'll do that, fold that, do our push that knot against there like that. Grab another 20 millimeter, and these are 20 millimeter hand painted beads. These are beads that I hand painted. And we got that. So that's right there. And I use that non-toxic Americana acrylic paint. And I do put a little sealant on it as well. I forget the name of the sealant, but I'll find it and put it in the description area down there. And then got it pretty much done. So I got one more spacer left. So that should be and then go ahead and push that together. Push that cord all the way down on top of that bead. One last spacer. And then I only have I only got 3 more of the smaller beads, so this is gonna have to work. So we'll bead that, pull that through, and then we'll go ahead and make a knot. And pull that nice and close to that. So this is what it looks like. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut this cord. I'm going to have to get some more scissors. These don't seem like they're cutting too good. Let me see something. Get some more scissors. Oh yeah, that's really nice. If I wear this, I will probably either figure out, I'm gonna probably wire it. I'm gonna probably close, but I gotta see if I'm gonna keep it or not. So I'm not gonna close the ends off with wire or anything yet. I have to see if it's gonna match with my dress and like my whole outfit. So I have to put the whole outfit on with the dress and the earrings and everything to see if it's gonna match really good. And if it matched really good, because it looks like it's going to match, because I like the way it looks, I am going to probably finish it off with a lobster clasp. So I can do that. And this is, it won't be double like this. It'll be long. So I'm going to wear it long like this. But just so you can see the gist of it, I'm going to just double it on here like this. And just double it on here like this. And then that way it gives you an idea about what it looks like. So we got the spacers. And the way that I made these aluminum spacers, let's do this. I just basically cut some of the 15 gauge wire. And you probably got another way, you know how to make the spacers, but this is what I do. I'm going to just cut enough off. Cut a little piece off, and then I use one of my paint pens. And all I do is go ahead. I probably can't do this in the camera, so I'm going to just do it this way. I just wrap it around. Just go ahead and wrap the wire onto the pen like this. And then what I do is I get it to the size that I want it for this specifically. I don't do this for jump rings, but for this I do. And then I go ahead and clip that off. So that gives me one. And then I take the wire, go ahead and wrap it. 2, 3, 4, 5. That gives me another one. Clip it. So I got 2, 1, 2. I didn't cut enough wire to give me 5. So we got 3 so far. So I'm going to do is take my tip off, take that off, take that off, take that off. And then, so we got 3. And then what I do with the end of it is, because you can see the ends, I just go ahead and fold the ends inward like that. Inward and down. In like that. In and down. In and down. And then we got in and down. In and down. So now we have 3 more spacers that we could use if we needed to use these. If we wanted to use these. So we got 3 more spacers that we can use. And I just really, really, really like the way this looks. I still want to kind of use the double knot. And I'll end up doing that, probably using some of the bigger, beads, the 25 millimeter or the 30 millimeters. But this is really cool, and it'll just hang very nicely because it has just enough length to it. So it's just enough length. It's not too long. It's not short. It'll be just right. And the dress that I have, it's a crew neck dress, like a crew neck. So it's a flat crew neck. So it's a flat crew neck. So that means that the necklace will just lay nicely on my chest, and it'll just drape down if, you know, it matches good with what I'm planning to wear for Saturday. But I do like this. I love the way it looks. You guys let me know what you think, and if you're planning to make anything like this. But I really do dig this, and I'm going to go ahead and use up the rest of that nylon cord that I have. I got some other beads drying. So I am going to be making some more of these because I really do like these. I love the way they're coming out. And I can just imagine, you know, how they'll look just kind of mixed in with a lot of different hand-painted beads. some different wire, maybe even some gold wire spacers, or different color aluminum wire, even other beads that are spacers that have really big holes. So they got to be have them big holes in order for this nylon to fit through it. But I'm really digging this right here. Darlene Knife for Jewelry by BDK. And guess what? We'll talk. Well, hey family, this is Darlene. Want to thank you for stopping by the Jewelry by BDK YouTube channel. I know you didn't come here for a sermon. So here's the video. And guess what? We'll talk. Well, hey family, happy Friday. This is Darlene stopping by real quick. So I'm still working on Darlene versus AI. And I'm going to be doing this for a minute because remember, I'm learning AI. And the reason why I'm learning AI is to use it to grow Jewelry by BDK. So there are things that AI can probably imagine or come up with that I may not be thinking about at the moment. So I'm using it for creations and some other behind the scene type things, and just like some other type of stuff. But what I'm doing now is I'm doing comparisons between AI generated designs versus Darlene handmade designs, right? So the idea is to put certain jewelry making supplies on an image, and then I ask AI to produce or create a 3-piece stack. So that's what I did for this. So, and what I did is I used the 25 millimeters, and I shouldn't use the 25 millimeter because they're big ones, but it's like, okay, it's done now. I'm going to go ahead and just create it, right? But I'm not going to keep the bracelets because I have to use smaller beads in order to create what AI has created, right? So I'm going to just make it, compare it to what AI generated, and then go ahead and take it and sharing with AI create difference to grow your business. Good stuff. And I'll be saying that if you're not into AI as of yet, you might want to start learning the stuff because there are really, 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 really a lot of benefits in working with it. You do, it's like you got to be paying for softwares and you got to be doing all this other kind of stuff. And if you can't pay for the softwares, do their trial offers, and most of them are like for 30 days and different stuff like that. So, if after 30 days, you still can't pay it, just pay it whenever you're able to actually do it, actually pay for it. Because after that 30 days, you'll find out, okay, this is like really good. And I do want to keep doing this because of the benefit that comes from it. But anyway, I am going to get started. I don't know what this is going to look like. It's not my idea. It's AI generated, but we just gonna do it and then, see what it comes out looking like. And that's all there is. There ain't no more. And remember, it don't matter. And the reason why too, I think I just said that because I have to use the 1 millimeter cord to string the bigger beads on here. And I don't use 1 millimeter cord for bigger beads and stuff. It just don't feel secure to me. So I'm going to start with this bead right here that's wrapped in wire. And this is the focal bead on one of the bracelets. Let's see if I can get this there. It's rainy here too. A lot of rain falling outside. And I thought I read something, and these are just jump rings I'm going to put on here. And then I'm going to put a couple of gold beads on here. Because I thought I read last night it was supposed to be cloudy, but I guess not. The rain is here, so. And of course, I wanted to go out and walk, but I'm not going to be walking in rain, so. And then what I'm using here is the 8 millimeter gold beads. So that's what that looks like so far. And then what AI did is they used some turquoise. So I'm going to throw some turquoise on here. And it sounds like it's pouring outside too. And I think I'm going to just put one. Okay, so that's what that looks like so far. And then I'm going to switch it up. So, and these are the bigger beads. I don't even know why. You know what? I might even use, well, no, I'm going to just try to make it exactly, not exactly, but like along the style that they made. So that's what that looks like so far. And then it looks like they put another, maybe, gold bead. And some of their little creations they be coming out with, I'll be like, oh, shoot, that's something I would have made. You know, and once you start getting in there, that's nice. And then once you start getting in there and, you know, and playing with it, you be like, oh, shoot, I kind of like this. And you'll find yourself be like, I think I'm going to go ahead and make that. It's just some really good, like, jewelry making ideas, you know, that AI comes up with. And it's like you don't have to make exactly what it gives you, but it gives you some really good, you know, depending on the software that you're using, it gives you some really good jewelry making ideas like this. This is really pretty already. So then what they did is they have some beads that are this color. So these are just wood beads. So I'll finish this off with these unpainted wood beads, because I don't have like any beads that are this color. So we just gonna go ahead and use these to finish it. And the colors like blend really pretty together, right? Okay, and that's this one. So let's see. Is anybody else learning and playing with AI, or have you considered it, or what? And if you haven't considered it, you might want to consider it. So that's a pretty bracelet already, you know, just with the colors and stuff. So I'm going to take one of the beads off, and then we're just going to go ahead and close it, because it'll give you designs. I'm like, wow. And I'm not going to be making this all professional and stuff either, because I'm not going to be keeping it. So we're just going to go ahead and do that like that. And this little cord is so flimsy. It's like, ooh, So this is one of them so far, right? Really cool. I mean, like really, really cool. Not bad at all. And I mean, like, really not a bad bracelet at all, right? Even using the plates, not so this, and it's a 1 millimeter, but that looks really cool already. So now we're gonna work on the second one, and then I think I'll figure out, because this is big. The second one is really cool. Do I need any more of these? Yep, we don't need any more of those. So that's, and then let's see, we're gonna use some of these beads right here, because it's giving us, I'm gonna pour these out. It's giving us these different colors. So we just gonna go ahead and bead all of these. And just go ahead and stack them on here. These are a couple of small ones. These little teeny ones, 6 millimeters. Ooh, I don't like dealing with these little bitty bees like this. Oh, let's see. Because this is kind of like what the second one looks like. It's wet and it's cold. And we'll probably get this much rain, maybe a couple more days of rain at some point. And then we just gonna probably end up having good weather. I like when it rains, though. I think I said that before. I really like when it rains. It's just something about the rain. Okay, so that's how this one is gonna look. And this is pretty much the second one. And then let's just go ahead and throw some browns on here. I don't think there's browns in the other one, but we're going to put some on here anyway. And we just going to make what we want to make. As close to what it generated. And I know some people are using AI like for their titles and maybe like their descriptions. And you know what? That's good stuff too. But there's like so much more. Oh my God, there's like so much more. So much more. And I know a lot of people be like, ooh, I'm not dealing with that. I'm not doing that. It's like, well, you know, if you don't, you're going to kind of get lost in the shuffle. You know, that's the whole thing about it. Learn a little, learn a lot, but learn something about it. You know, something that can help you to grow your business and, you know, just really level things up. If for nothing, just the ideas that it gives you, that's a level up just by itself. You know, because sometimes we can have idea burnout and be like, shoot, I just don't feel like thinking about creating anything. You know, and sometimes you just like how people have writer's block. Sometimes we can have creator's block. Like we really just nothing comes. So you might have to take a day or two off, you know, to let your mind just kind of reset. You know, those are the times when you can basically use AI to generate something. Put some beads together, throw them on the table, take